Hey everyone, Meteorologist Emery here in the Fox 19 First Alert Streaming Center on this Monday afternoon, and we are live wherever you stream for 19 at noon, whether it's a 24/7 weather streaming channel, fox19.com, the Fox 19 News and First Alert Weather app, YouTube, and of course on Facebook, both the Fox 19 Facebook page as well as my Facebook page, where if you have any questions or comments, you are free to ask away with regards to that First Alert forecast. And I'll tell you what, today is looking pretty nice for the most part. Again, hi everyone, Meteorologist Emery here. We've got a lot of sunshine in store for this afternoon. Some fair weather cumulus clouds are developing with the daytime heating, but we're also looking at some gusty winds moving to the tri-state area. Today we could be looking at wind gusts over 40 miles per hour. And taking a look at a few of our cameras. First of all, over the weekend it went down, but our great engineering team brought this back up. So our rooftop camera should load any second now. And there it is. Look at that. A beautiful view looking towards downtown Cincinnati. Again, a few of those clouds developing with that daytime heating, but that's a sign of fair weather, hence the name fair weather cumulus clouds. Also looking at our Newport Levee camera looking towards downtown Cincinnati. Also got it focused over towards Granican Ballpark, of course. Big week this week with Reds opening day coming up on Thursday. And conditions for that game look pretty good, as well as the parade, although the parade does look a little chilly. Switching now over to our Turfway Park view, you can see here the winds beginning to increase a bit. You can notice those ripples along the pond there at Turfway, and those clouds are zooming on by. The faster the cloud moves, the stronger the winds can be assumed on these cameras. Fox 19 Tower camera, also, you can also assume the winds are gusting out there because the American flags, both atop the U.S. Bank Tower and also the postal office there off of Dalton Avenue, there towards, I'm trying to remember, would that be, I'm trying to remember what part of town that'd be. I'd be off of, again, that's Dalton Avenue. Anyway, locators. You know where that's at if you're around downtown. And then also our Mount Auburn camera. You can see those tree limbs there swaying, and this beautiful view here looking towards East Walnut Hills. And then lastly, our Clovernut Country Club camera, where again, trees are swaying, sun shines out there, a few clouds, and temperatures here this hour warmed up to 52 here this hour. Today's high is 57, mind you. But taking a look at the wind gusts out there right now, I mean, sustained winds itself are pretty windy. And we are looking at wind gusts out there, or wind speeds, rather. Beg my pardon. Wind speeds out there are anywhere from 13 miles per hour to 30 miles per hour. And then taking a look at the wind gusts are anywhere from 20 to almost 40 miles per hour already. I'm kind of surprised the Weather Service didn't consider issuing a wind advisory for this, because already, and it's going to only increase here this afternoon. So regardless of whether or not there's an advisory, we've been telling you this the last couple of days that it was going to be breezy. And in fact, it's just downright windy out there already. Wind gusts 33 miles per hour in Lebanon, 35 mile per hour wind gusts in Wilmington, and 39 up in Richmond, Indiana. So almost 40 miles per hour wind gusts are already there. Now, with the winds, temperatures, though, still not bad for a mid-late March day. Our average high is around 56. And right now, we're already in those low to mid-50s. 52 at CVG, the warm spot over at the Lunken Airport, 54. And everyone else in those low 50s. Cooler spots, Richmond, Indiana at 46, Wilmington at 50. Now, taking a look at this afternoon to start the work week off on a nice note. It does get warmer towards the end of the week, but we are looking at today conditions to be quite nice, 57. Actually, it's right on par with what we typically see. I didn't realize the normal jumped up today to 57. But regardless, looking really nice out there. And if you're traveling here on this Monday across the region, it's windy from Chicago, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, all the way down into central Kentucky. Lexington there, 60 degrees, 53 in Indianapolis, 54 in Columbus, 49 in Chicago, 57 over in Pittsburgh. And we will be looking at more sun than clouds today, but we go into tonight and we are looking at more increasing clouds heading into Tuesday morning. That's ahead of a wave of energy which will provide some scattered showers here into the area. And these showers will be kind of cold raindrops. And I wouldn't be surprised, too, with the nature of this little wave of energy as it passes through, that it could produce some small hail. Can't rule that out. Very small, it would just be an indicator of the cold layer above the clouds being really close to where any moisture that gets lifted up will instantly freeze and then fall back down. So can't rule out some small hail potentially, but nothing severe, nothing that's going to be of concern. Just something you might notice if you're going to be outside at all Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon. But cold raindrops nonetheless, and temperatures do note at noon on Tuesday, still in the upper 30s and low 40s. The temperatures will eventually recover late in the day as the shower activity does taper off, but do note that we currently have on our 7-day a high of 55 Tuesday. I'm dropping it down to 51. It looks a lot cooler on Tuesday thanks to these clouds and the rain chances here. But it is going to be the cooler day of the next 7 days here in the tri-state area. And then Wednesday starts off dry, but there is a small chance, maybe a brief shower. I can't rule it out to our south and western locations, but Wednesday does look more dry than anything else here at this point. And we'll take a look at that long-range computer model coming up here in a moment. I'll put it up on the screen here for the time being. We'll take a pause, look at those Facebook comments and questions, and then we'll resume with this first alert forecast, including details on Red's opening day, both the parade and the game itself, and then also looking at the weekend chances for a few showers and storms. Those details coming up here in just a couple of minutes. All right, Garnett says, good afternoon, Ethan. Good day to hang clothes on the line. Most certainly, Garnett. You might want to make sure you get an extra pin in some of those shirts and pants. Otherwise, it could fly away. And earlier this morning, Jordan and Stefano were talking about, for our birthday segment, to have birthday cake outside. Don't recommend that, just because of the fact that if the birthday person wants to make a wish with the candle, the wind will blow it out for them. So that, and also outdoor lunch this afternoon, not a good idea because it'll be one of those napkins galore flying everywhere with these winds. I hate days like this because it unfortunately, and it's kind of, it's not anyone's fault in particular, but it's a day where a lot of littering happens indirectly. So these are one of those days to be mindful and try to stay inside if you're trying to eat outside, whether it's with napkins or foil, whatever it is. And hey, if you do see trash or any kind of debris rolling around with these winds, try to pick it up because, of course, want to avoid any kind of littering on days like today. Sue says, ha, not sure what's funny. I don't know if I said something. Half the time I don't even remember what I say within the first minute, so that's on me. Unless I'm teaching something. All right, look at my Facebook page real quick. No comments there. All right, we'll go ahead and move along here and dive into this first alert forecast. So going into, again, Tuesday, we've got a chance of activity, rain moving in. And this little wave of energy, it's not really strong, but again, potent enough to maybe have a little bit of convection. So that'll allow for some hail development. Again, small hail pellets, but otherwise just cold raindrops can be expected on Tuesday with that cooler air. And then we go into Tuesday night into Wednesday. That wave's still there, but it is going to be more dry than wet here at this point. And then Thursday for Red's opening day, it looks dry, it looks nice. And then we head into Friday. Right now on the 7-day forecast, we do have dry conditions. I can't rule out the chances for a few light showers on Friday, especially for areas along and south of the Ohio River. This will be one of those days monitoring just to see updates on whether or not it's dry versus wet. Right now, it looks like it might be wet in spots, but more dry than not in other spots. And then Saturday does look dry for us here at this point, although clouds will be thickening during the day on Saturday ahead of a system, a pretty strong system, in fact, that is going to make its way into the Midwest and Central Plains. So here it is Sunday morning. This model, there are two different models that we look at, two big models at least. There's several, there's a plethora of forecast models, but there's this one and another one that we often look at. We call them the European model and the American model. More often than not, the European model is better in a sense of understanding certain dynamic processes that occur here. But this is what this one is. This is the European model. And Sunday has showers in the morning, maybe some rumbles of thunder, and then going into the afternoon, another wave of showers and thunderstorms. Now, why am I talking about this in detail? Well, if you look at Facebook, you probably have already seen this, but the Storm Prediction Center, which are some of the top severe weather forecasters in the country, for some reason have a big area of slight risk of severe weather. Now, I completely validate, I think it's completely valid to have the slight risk down here. This system's pretty potent. But for us, I think it's a very limited conditional threat. So I would not be surprised to see this slight risk get pulled back for us, because that model I just showed you has things wet in the morning and afternoon. That limits any kind of severe activity. It limits that threat. However, the other model, the American model, even then, it only has a weak, small window conditional opportunity for stronger storms. And right now, this is really far out. It's way too early to talk about any kind of details on this, but I'm giving you that first alert. I'm giving you that heads up that, yes, there's a slight risk right now on Sunday, but I am not fully sold on it yet. Again, I'm not trying to judge the Storm Prediction Center by any stretch. Again, they're great meteorologists there. In fact, all of the meteorologists that work for NOAA are excellent. They're in those positions for a reason. But I do believe this will be cut back because the threats just do not look great right now. Now, of course, this is really far out. A lot of things can change and develop. As they do, we'll let you know here on Fox 19. But right now, I would not be concerned at the moment. It does look like rain, thunder on Sunday, maybe some breezy winds. But as we get closer, we'll be able to pinpoint things a lot better. But for now, let's focus on the good, that being Reds opening day. Christmas morning for the Queen City. So if you're going to be in the parade, whether it's over at Finley Market, over on Race Street, further on down towards Liberty, all the way down towards Fountain Square, wherever it is along the parade you're going to be there, it looks a little chilly. So Thursday is going to be one of those mornings where you need the coat in the morning, and then you can shed it during the day. Because temperatures in the morning, and even with the parade set up, that's around 9, 10 a.m. If you're going there even earlier, let's say 6, 7, 8 a.m. while we're there, Fox 19 down there, it'll be in the low to mid-30s. So cold conditions, even potential for some frost on Thursday morning. During the morning hours, though, we do warm up pretty quickly thanks to that aid and sunshine. The start of the parade at noon, 50 degrees, and then by the end of the parade, 57 degrees. And then during the game, maybe you're heading over to Great American Ballpark, maybe you're going to be at the Banks, maybe your favorite local bar and around the Cincinnati metro area, whatever it is, looks good. Temperatures at first pitch, 410, 60 degrees, sunshine. Seventh inning, 59, partly cloudy. By the end of the game, we're still in the 50s. More increasing clouds, though, late in the day on Thursday, ahead of a system that is going to bring that chance of rain Thursday night into Friday morning. And right now, the 7-day forecast does show dry conditions, but I can't rule out that slight chance of potential for Friday, mainly during the morning hours. But that being said, opening day looks great. It's dry. Not too bad for a late March day. We've certainly had worse. Even in the last decade, it's been either really cold or even had snow come down, but not the case for this upcoming Thursday. Take a look now at the 7-day forecast. And then once I show that, we'll take a look at those Facebook comments and questions before we hop off of here. Got to do some updates with the 7-day as well as the 14-day forecast. And once we get those updates available, we'll publish that on our website, fox19.com/weather, and of course the First Alert Weather app and on the 24/7 Weather streaming channel. So Monday's high, again today, 57. Looking windy, wind gusts over 40 miles per hour. Tuesday, some light rain early in the day. And then we are looking at some drier air Wednesday, partly cloudy, 53. Thursday, mostly sunny, temperatures in the low 60s. Friday, 70s. We do have a slight chance of rain on there, but Saturday does look more dry than anything, but Friday, there is that chance. And then Sunday, showers likely, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, and it does look a bit cooler thanks to that rain in the morning and during the afternoon. So nothing too hectic. We'd have no first alert weather days right now, but the trend overall is warmer, which is really nice. We just got to deal with a cold Tuesday, which again, I'm going to bump those temperatures down to the low 50s on Tuesday. Wednesday's not bad, and then a couple of cold mornings for both Wednesday and Thursday morning before milder mornings and warm afternoons are in store for the end of the week into this weekend. No new comments, unfortunately, on the Fox 19 Facebook page. Look at my Facebook page now at Ethan Emery WX. Got one comment there. Susan, hello, Ethan Emery. Opening day goes from Berg to not so bad. That's a good way of putting it, for sure. But yeah, a cold start, but not too bad of an afternoon with highs in the lower 60s. But I will say, going beyond the 7-day forecast, temperatures look to stay at or above normal here in the tri-state area. I haven't quite updated the 14-day yet, so I don't really want to show you that just yet. I don't want to show anything that is outdated. But what I can show you is, let me go ahead and try to, try to pull this up. So the next 2 weeks look to be pretty warm. Here's a view on our Fox 19 tower camera. Let me get this graphic pulled up here real quick. I don't want to show you anything inaccurate at the moment. So here we go. The next 2 weeks, temperatures look to be at or above normal, very likely. When it comes to precipitation chances, there is a trend of it being near normal, so nothing significant. We're not talking about any kind of significant systems moving in. Not talking about drought conditions, nothing like that. It just looks like your typical early April start to the Ohio Valley for seasonal conditions. When it comes to the next 3 to 4 weeks, so going into the middle and even beginning of the latter half of April, temperatures still look to be at or above normal. And when it comes to precipitation for this, which right now looks like it's just going to be rain chances, I've not seen any indicators of any kind of accumulating snow chances, nothing like that. So we're staying on a warming trend. We're staying not overly active with the rain, though obviously you can't rule out any chances of thunderstorms or heavy rain scenarios, but it's just not an active pattern enough to be consistent. It's just maybe an off chance here or there. But again, the whole reason I'm bringing this up is the fact that we are looking at things to be warm and average when it comes to rain chances. So I believe winter is done. Now, we've got a couple. We have cold mornings. We have some frosty conditions possible, but we're not talking about any kind of big snow events or nothing like that right now. The pattern does not support that anytime soon. All right, no additional comments here. So kind of a boring 19 at noon, which, hey, that tells me you all are out there enjoying this sunshine. But be mindful that the winds are going to be pretty gusty out there. Wind gusts over 40 miles per hour through the afternoon into this evening. And then we're looking at some rain chances on Tuesday. We'll break down more of those details coming up at 3 o'clock here on Fox 19. Of course, I'll be posting a video forecast update on the Fox 19 First Alert Weather app. You'll get that notification, as well as checking out our 24/7 weather streaming channel. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Monday edition of 19 at Noon. We'll see you at 3 on Fox 19 Now.